I'm Nick Hughes, and this is Founders Live Conversations.
Yeah, so I don't know if I've necessarily learned lessons around that. I think it's required, I think the biggest thing that I want to say about that is I know that I couldn't be doing this on my own. So I have an amazing co-founder. Her name is Michelle Amar. She is, a really great compliment to me in that we balance each other both professionally and in terms of our skills, but also our work habits. Like, I think, the two of us working together are going to make a sustainable company where it's a good place to work for people. And if left to my own devices, that wouldn't be the case. Because I think I'd probably be emailing it till 1 a.m.
1
every
a.m.
morning.
How did you meet? How did you find this person? One of the questions I get most often is, how do you find co-founders? Where did I find a technical co-founder or a business co-founder? So how did you find
So Michelle and I met on a networking date, sort of a blind setup networking date. We had coffee together, and I was actually on my way to a networking meeting where or a networking event where there were going to be 100 potential technical co-founders for me to schmooze and see if I could find somebody that wanted to start this company with me. And I wasn't even necessarily thinking that my meeting with Michelle was going to result in that. But she really leaned in when I started talking about AllGo and the idea of meeting the needs of this underserved market. And she is not a plus size person herself, so I think to a lot of people she wouldn't have been an obvious selection, but she is really committed to having kind of people having dignity in the world, and all people deserving equitable access to products that are designed with their bodies in mind. It's such a simple idea, but it can be a controversial subject, and she is all on board. And so we met. She leaned in. I remember I was wanting to launch a survey, and she's a user experience expert, and so she offered to kind of take a look at the survey and Google Draft, and then she said, you want to get together, in a week and we can see how, things have gone. And so we met once a week and kind of did a little bit of emailing and homework, if you will, in between. And after about a month, we had what I call our DTR, where essentially we said, what are we? Would you like to co-found this company together? And she was like, yeah. And so it was just, it's trusting, it's finding a person that, you can work with, all that.
That story is great because you took some time. I think, things like hackathons are great. You can meet a lot of people, but what happens is you smash together this team in one weekend, and now they're
in a vacuum. Right? It's not real life.
It's not real life. So now we're going to be co-founders.
Right.
And you don't know. So any founders listening, take the time. Get to know the person, figure out if there is synergy and if they're complementary skills.
Not just skills, but work preferences too, and get clear about that. I mean, that's something that we, having been professionals for as long as we were very self-aware about our own working styles, and we were able to communicate with one another about that in a sort of egoless way, and that's really important.